Hello, hardcore UFC fans. Well, today's your chance to prove yourself as a true MMA fan in our UFC quiz. Now, there are 30 questions, and for each correct answer, you get 10 points. You win if you get 300 points, so good luck. Are you ready now? Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's go. Who is the knockout record holder in the UFC promotion? Nice work. The answer is Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, with 14 KOs in the UFC books.
Derek Lewis, switch knee!
What is Alex Pereira's most dangerous weapon? Well done. The answer is the left hook. As Sean Strickland says, he touches you and you die.
So we saw some opportunities. Good.
Who is the youngest champion in UFC history? You got it. The answer is John Jones. Bones became champion at 23.
Light heavyweight champion!
Who is the richest MMA fighter in the world? You guessed it! The answer is Conor McGregor. The Notorious has money written all over him. Who is the current interim heavyweight champion? Amazing! The answer is Tom Aspinall. Hopefully we get to see him unify the title.
Tom!
Which fighter has the longest winning streak in history? You know your history, because the answer is yes. Anderson Silva, the Spider, had 16 straight wins.
He may do it right here!
Who is the creator of the fastest knockout in the UFC? That's right. The answer is Jorge Masvidal. It took him only 5 seconds to win. Which fighter gives the most boring fights? Way to go! The answer we are looking for is Aljamain Sterling. Dangerous for opponents, but also the audience.
I think Sterling is dominating this fight on the mat.
Who has the longest total fight time in the cage? You are a true fan. The answer is Rafael dos Anjos. He spent as much as 8 hours and 42 minutes in battle.
Oh my goodness.
What is Tony Ferguson's current losing streak? Great job. The answer is 7. It's always hard to see a legend fall. Now, it's time to turn up the difficulty. Which fighter managed to take down Khabib? Impressive. The answer is Abel Trujillo. Not every day do we see Khabib taken down.
Ferocious guy.
Who is the first Kazakh fighter to sign a UFC contract? Superb! The answer is Shavkat Rakhmonov. Nomad is not the only Kazakh in the UFC, but he is the first.
Spin kick sets him down.
Which fighter is 0-3 in UFC title fights? Great choice. The answer is Uriah Faber. He was dominant everywhere, but in title fights. Who said this quote? The only thing you are losing faster than your hairline is that Power Ranger belt. Correct. The answer is Colby Covington.
The only thing you're losing faster than your hairline is that Power Ranger belt. When do your balls drop?
Which fighter goes by the nickname The Cannibal? You have nicknamed Ali. The answer is Alexandre Pantoja. A fresh flyweight champion likes to feast on his enemies. Which fighter derailed Darren Till's hype train? You're a natural. The answer is Tyrone Woodley. Woodley was the first man to finish the gorilla.
Darren Till not the tap and tight. They got a tap. Whoa!
Who's the only fighter Charles Oliveira did not finish in his legendary title run? The Bronx would be proud of you. The answer is Tony Ferguson. Submission was tight, but Tony never gave up.
Oh, my goodness. He might have broken his arm.
Who was the youngest fighter ever to fight for the UFC? Spectacular! The answer is Raul Rosas Jr. The Mexican made his UFC debut at the age of 17. Who was the first man to take down Daniel Cormier? Yeah, buddy. The answer is John Jones. Johnny took down his nemesis 3 times in their first fight.
John, take it down, DC!
Which fighter dislocated Jamal Hill's elbow? Nice. The answer, it's Paul Craig. It was Jamal's first loss, and boy, it was nasty.
Flopping around. It's completely broken. Oh, my God.
Now let's see if you are a true hardcore UFC fan. Which fighter comes from a Sanda kickboxing background? Divide. The answer is Zabit Magomedsharipov. The UFC fans will never get over his early retirement. Which fighter won the tournament at UFC 1? You have potential. The answer is Royce Gracie. Gracie submitted 3 fighters in one night at UFC 1. Which fighter was knocked out on Ultimate Fighter 8, but outside the cage? Wow, only real fans know this. The answer is Dave Kaplan. Dave was begging his colleague, Tom Lawler, to knock him out in the toilet, which he did. What is the total number of UFC featherweight champions, excluding interim titles? Amazing! The answer is 5. Unlike other championships, the featherweight belt was not passed so often. Who performed the only omoplata toe hold submission in UFC history? Well done! The answer is Frank Mir. The heavyweight jiu-jitsu master had a special way of finishing his opponents. What was the name of Diego Sanchez's notorious coach? You are the real deal. The answer is Joshua Fabia. Poor Diego, a fraud like Joshua Fabia is born once in 100 years. How long was Nick Diaz suspended after his failed drug test? That's correct. Stay true to the Diaz army. The answer is 5 years. Nick's career was ruined by this absurd move. Which of these fighters goes by the nickname the Irish Dragon? You got it. The answer is Paul Felder. Felder is the only one of these 4 fighters who is American but has German and Irish roots.
Wow.
Whose idea was it to increase the bonuses at UFC 300 to $300,000? Beautiful! The answer is Gaethje and Holloway. Not only did they give the idea, but they also took some bonuses home. Why was Paul Daly banned from the UFC? Unbelievable! The answer is punching a fighter after the bell. Daly made Dana White furious and was suspended from the promotion for life. So, did you pass the test? Tell us in the comments the name of your favorite UFC striker and how many points you have collected. And make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next quiz.